Good morning, good morning, good morning, morning, good morning. Want a microphone, morning. I just want a microphone, morning, morning. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning. I wanna keep running like a soldier. You must have touched my soul, cause there ain't no stopping till it's over. I wanna get up out my chair, cause everybody's getting so lazy. Don't want nobody touch my hair, cause a lot of sisters acting too crazy. And them not tough like this, rough like this, and them not nice like this. Some can't take it when you talk true sense, rather hear the words I glorify nonsense. Yes, and I got my brain.
Good morning, morning. Good morning, Tobago, and welcome this morning to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. We're really happy to be in your company. It is a beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning. It's Thursday, the 3rd of February, 2022. And like I said, I'm really happy to be in your company. You're going to be seeing Julian shortly. But for those of you viewing us here in Tobago, in Trinidad, in the Caribbean, and on the live, we say good morning, good morning. Oh boy, what a Thursday, what a Thursday. So let's just talk about what's been happening overnight. So we're hearing about a drive-by shooting in Wim. Tobago, what's happening? Tobago, what's going on? This is about the second shooting within a space of 3-4 days in Tobago. What's happening, Tobago? These things were never named among us. What is going on? So I guess we'll be getting some more details on that a little bit later on in the day. But as far as we understand, one person was rushed to the Scarborough Hospital. So we trust that all is well wherever you are and what's happening to you. All right, so some quick information going out as well. Urgent blood is needed for a young man from East Tobago, and that is Kenton John. Kenton John is in need of blood urgently. And now, viewers, this is a young man who's very dear to my heart. Our hearts here at Tobago Updates. A bright future ahead of him. If you know Kenton, he hails from Bell Garden, Tobago. Like I said, a very bright and promising future ahead of him. And we are calling on persons, once you can donate, whether you are located in Trinidad or Tobago, you can give the name. He's attached to the Scarborough Hospital. Kenton John. And as far as we understand, it does not matter what is your blood type. So you're giving blood. As far as we know, it can be bartered, you know, for his particular blood type. So we're calling on you. Viewers, go out there and donate. Donate. The life you save could very well be your own. All right, so go out and donate. As well, some other quick information. Yesterday in our news, a story was ran with the concerning the read aloud story. Now, in the news, we may have mentioned that it was the infant 2 students of Table Peace. However, correction, they are actually infant 2 students of the Golden Lane Primary. So, and I want to say congratulations to those students. It was beautiful just hearing them read. And I say, parents, encourage your children to read. Create a print-rich environment. Have books. If you don't have the books, they will not gravitate to the books. So put the books out there. Give them an option. Put down the tablet when they don't need to be on the tablet and allow them to read. Allow them to read. Trust me, you will never regret it. It's a good investment. So we've got some birthdays we want to switch over to. We've got a clip. We've got a clip. The clip of the children reading. Yes, here it is.
A radioactive spider, discovering that he had discovered many spider-like powers. They have all baked their favorite cakes, and the fairy queen is going to taste them. We see leaves and fruits on it. We do not see its roots.
Now, what can beat that? What can beat that, viewers? And they seem to be all under the age of 10. But I say congratulations to them, their teachers, their parents, because it's not only the job of the teachers, but parents, you have to create the environment at home. We want to take the opportunity this morning to send out some birthday greetings. We got some birthday shout-outs. So, before we get to today's birthday shout-out, we want to go to yesterday. So my sister-in-law, Erica George Lizama, celebrated her birthday yesterday. Erica, I'm really sorry that I missed it yesterday. So happy birthday going out to you, and love from your brothers, Oswald, Junior, Arnold, Arthur, your sister, Alicia. Did I catch all of them? I think I did. Yes, Arnold, yes. All right, so happy belated birthday going out to you, and love from the entire family. We love you. And today celebrating her birthday is a young lady who hails from East Tobago, and that is Nikisha Melville. No, that's not Nikisha Melville. Oh boy, that's not her name at all. She is Melville, yes. Right, Natoya Melvin, Nikisha's sister. Thank you so much, guys. Natoya Melvin. Natoya, I'm so sorry. Natoya, happy birthday going out to you. And this greeting is coming to you from your auntie, Leonora. Yes, she said to tell you, love you. And your mom and your sister, happy birthday going out to you. And love from East Tobago and the Tobago Updates family. Have a great day this morning, Natoya. So let's just tell you what's coming up on the program this morning. Quite a packed program, I might add. So coming up this morning on the program, we will be chatting with folks Cindy Ann Currency, WPC Rianne Moore, ACP Collis Hazel, and Onika Mars, as we focus on the Digicel Social Impact Project. They're going to be chatting with us and giving us some more information on that. A little bit later on in the program, we will be chatting with Alan Ferguson, President of the Trinidad and Tobago Scrap Iron Dealers Association, about regularization of the TTSIDA industry. And to close us off this morning, we will be chatting with one of our avid viewers here on the Tobago Updates morning show. She was abroad, now she's at home in Tobago. Miss Joan Pear, she's going to be telling us about her book, and it's entitled Iona's Cervical Cancer Story, and it's about a book launch as it pertains to her daughter, who unfortunately passed away from cervical cancer some time ago. But she's going to be on the program this morning. So that's just a little bit of what's happening, what's coming up. And we encourage you this morning, viewers, share the live.
Good morning. Put a smile on your...
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards. To our
Welcome
top
to Tobago
story.
Update Sports. I'm your boy Marcus Daniel. Thank you.
Trinidad and looms as
remains when
the public is
nobody lives here. Oil and gas exploration continues to affect the livelihood.
Spearsides Marine
in Tobago fishermen.
When will the
Sion
Roxborough
Francis
Hospital be fully functional?
of the 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. window
Still find
at the islands
treasures like the golden
continue
waterfall
to rise in Tobago.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
John Boy, I got a call and they're asking me to talk to the nation, talk to people and tell them about getting vaccinated. Yeah. I'm not sure if I should or if it's the right thing for me to tell someone to get vaccinated.
Yeah, but you just came out from Tobago.
Yeah, and 3 of my friends passed. And that's when I realized, you know, I really need to say something.
Similarly here, I have an insulin-dependent son, and so I had to get all my kids vaccinated. I didn't have a choice.
I made the choice because of my parents. But the question is, what or who do you love more than yourself for you to make the choice to protect yourself or protect them from you? Trouble again!
Trinidad and Tobago, let's stop the spread of COVID-19. Vaccinate today.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, viewers. It's 7:11 a.m. this morning. You're viewing the Tobago Updates morning show. We're coming to you live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. In this segment, we're going to be chatting with Cyndian Currency, Operations Manager of Digicel Foundation. And we'd also be chatting with some of the recipients, starting off with Collis Hazel Roxborough Police Youth Club and Unika Mars, the President of Women of Substance, as we discuss the Digicel Social Impact Project. Good morning, Cyndian Currency. And Cindy knows that I'm particularly excited. We go way back, and I remember when we did the last interview, the conversation stemmed around the fact that I'm hoping this time around that we will see you in studio by the next time we're back here to talk about the impact and the outcome in terms of the work that's being done. So for the benefit of those viewers who may have missed the first interview, just give us a little intro into the work of the Digicel Foundation.
Okay. So the Digicel Foundation was established in 2012. So this year, in July, we are going to be celebrating 10 years of, you know, impacting communities all over Trinidad and Tobago. We focus on 2 main areas. one of the areas, the bucket areas that we focuses on working with persons, improving opportunities for persons with disabilities, and then the other areas are community development niche area, where we try to work with community-based organizations, registered NGOs, we work with public sector as well, even some international agencies, to see what projects we can fund, sponsor in communities, and see how that can create a huge impact in the lives of the people who live there.
All right, so before we connect with those guests joining us virtually, tell us about the Social Impact Project.
Okay, so our social impact project, it really stemmed out of a grant initiative that we launched in 2016 called EPIC, Extraordinary Projects Impacting Communities. And back then, the EPIC grant was like a US $5,000 grant. So it would have been about a TT, between 30,000 to 35,000 TT dollars. And at the end of last year, we have implemented 100 EPIC projects in Trinidad and Tobago. So as we come to the end of our financial year, we decided, okay, what can we do that's a bit more extraordinary than EPIC? And so we issued a call for applications to non-registered groups in Tobago first. So we did that, I think it was in October last year.
Well,
and asked, right, in October last year, for groups to apply for up to $150,000 in funding, right, TT dollars. And again, we were looking for projects that were transformative, so they had to tell us what the community needs were. We wanted something that transformed a physical space in the community, a community space, a youth-friendly space, a public space. We're looking for projects that can be implemented within a 6 to 8 week period. It had to fit within that budget of $150,000, and it really had to provide a service or impact a particular community from the group itself. And we received an overwhelming response from Tobago. It was the first time we had gotten so many applications. We had over 60 applications just coming from Tobago only. And we had to shortlist, and that took some time because the projects were all so impressive. We finally got down to the last 4, right? And you're going to meet 3 of them today. So we have the Women of Substance, Roxborough Police Youth Club, Charlottesville Police Youth Club, and we had some ladies from Pembroke TTRP Zonal Stars. Now, the thing about what I really should share with you is that initially we were only going to give one grant of $150,000. But the groups were so impressive, we then added on an additional $200,000. So we said we'll give 3 grants, $150,000 and then 2 at $100,000 each.
All right. And this is the point where I try to go into full Tobago dialect form and say, Onika, Collis, and Rian, get them thing. So we start this morning. Let's hear from our Collis Hazel is online with us. Collis?
Good morning to
morning to you. So this is the part where I say, get them thing, Collis, get them thing. Tell us about this project, your submission.
Okay, so Roxborough Police Youth Club, as usual, is responsible for providing a plethora of philanthropic interventions for the youth, the elderly, and the vulnerable in Tobago. And of course, we are known for that, and therefore our resilient yet robust institution has led us to establish a kaleidoscope of sustainable communal machineries that stem from a state-of-the-art intervention center or elderly center or music orchestra. And finally, we are now into greenhouse, setting up our hydroponic greenhouse. So our project this year was entitled COVID Times, the acronym COVID Times. And it all meant creating organized vegetation in disconcerting times. And this project really and truly seeks to provide, the project is on provide that establishment of a hydroponic unit out at Roxborough, where we will train 30 young farmers in new hydroponic agriculture technology, and it is designed for both male and female to learn and enhance this modern type of agriculture that will take place. Of course, we are enhancing this initiative because we were in it before. We do own our own land, and therefore we feel that we can contribute to the food security within the island, and therefore this project got the nod of the judges from the Digicel Foundation. It is going to take place within the time span of 6 to 8 weeks, and we are going to be producing a list of green leafy vegetables to sell to our local and domestic markets. So very soon we will be back on Tobago updates in order to show Tobago what we are doing, having achieved thus far.
Alice, I want to hear that with confidence. Where would you be back on?
Tobago updates.
Thank you very much. Continue there, Collins. Tell us, in continuing your response, I want you to give us a sense of the extent to which this, in terms of this contribution coming through the Digicel Foundation is really going to allow you to take this project even further.
Okay, the thing about it is that Digicel have been looking for those projects that stand out and are sustainable, and clearly Roxbury Police Youth Club has gone that way for 31 years. And this hydroponic greenhouse unit will be established in order to train persons in using seed funding in establishing this new, which is what we would call a technology that is less labor intensive and can develop our young people into the agriculture world, providing that sustenance on the local, domestic, and to our tourism industry here in Tobago. Of course, it will create an employment, and it is going to be run not only by, it run in the form of what we call a legal Tobago Susu, where at the end of the day, we give that opportunity for persons who are trained to operate the hydroponic. They will move off after a time, and they're going to utilize it to other persons who are trained. So it's a rotational basis by which they will have the opportunity to start up, to be trained, to start the training, and then to utilize the facility, gain their income, and then it's passed on to other young people within the community. The training is going to be done by our own friend, Mr. Edmond Joseph from Majestic Growers, who have been doing well in Mason Hall in hydroponics. And we are looking out there. We have persons that are showing interest, but certainly we have extended out as a community activity, looking for persons as well who are interested and particularly want to be part of the training to come on down and to benefit from this beautiful initiative. We have done our marketing plans for this business venture, and quite certainly we see that this is an area in which a lot of income can be derived in sustaining our young people in becoming self-employed.
Thank you very much there. And I have to add in now the ACP, especially because he mentioned legal susu, so persons make the connection. All right, we move on now to hear from Onika Mars, President of Women of Substance. And you have to add that with a little more grace and class. Onika, tell us about your project. A young lady I've always admired in terms of how you engage, how you encourage people to really support the work of NGOs. Tell us, Onika.
Thank you very much, Julian. Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to the diaspora. Good morning, Cindy Ann. Okay, so as most persons know, Women of Substance was birthed by me, of course, the founder and president, who is also a survivor of domestic violence and abuse. And what we know is that domestic violence tears the fabric of a community, right, by destroying family units and causing a ripple effect of repercussions that are felt for many years. One of the most horrible consequences of domestic violence is the pain it brings to family and the dismantling or destruction of family bonds. As a result of that, we have decided to create a safe space specifically for women affected by domestic violence and abuse. The name of our project is Shangri-La. What does Shangri-La mean? One may ask. It is paradise, a heavenly space. And this is the experience we want our women this is the experience we want the women to have when they come to our space. So this space is going to be focused on self-care and also empowerment. So we're going to have an area where the women can come in and they can sit. If they want to read a book, they can read a book. We will, of course, have a resource center. We're going to have a tea station. If, for example, a survivor or a victim of domestic violence and abuse calls and says, well, okay, this is my present situation, right? And I just need somebody to talk to. There's where our space comes in, Julianne, right? That person can come into our space. They can, of course, receive counseling, psychosocial support. If they just want to come in and read a book, they can. We will also have a computer space where women can access our computers. If they want to do an online course, they can access our computers and internet service. If they want to do a job application or a resume, they can also do that. So it is not only a space to come and relax and enjoy that heavenly experience, but we are going to be empowering our women, because what we know is that a lot of women stay in violent, abusive relationships because, of course, they are totally dependent on the abuser.
All right. Tell me something. In your case, Onika, you are now starting off the initiative, correct?
Yes, we are. It is a new aspect of Women of Substance. We have been in existence actually next month when we launch the project. It's going to be 5 years. So it's double celebrations. And what a better way to celebrate than to give our community a new space, right, to come in and relax. Maybe we're going to have a corner, where a beauty corner, right? So that if a woman comes in and, you know, she decides to read a book or do her online course, she can access also a space where a hairdresser could have her hair, her natural hair done, you know, so that she could leave our space with a boost, with hope that, you know what, I am in this situation presently, but my present situation is not my final destination, you know, so there's where we are.
It's always so good with Onika particularly, because you get that passion and that drive. It's not just a project for her. It's about really, it exudes naturally. Now, bearing in mind what you're speaking to, Onika, give us a sense of how do you plan to move this project in terms of long term, beyond the receipt of, you know, through Digicel Foundation, in terms of being able to start up?
Okay, so sustainability, I know, is one of the major things that donors look at, and we will be able to sustain our project because we have a thrift shop that we are going to be launching also. This thrift shop was in the making, actually. The space that we are going to transform into this safe space was originally planned for a thrift shop, where we were going to sell stuff at a minimal cost to be able to assist our victims and survivors of domestic violence and abuse. So that is one avenue. We've also launched a crowdfunding account, so we will be able to generate income from that crowdfunding. We also have a dedicated core of donors and supporters, both corporate and public. We are also partners with the U.S. Embassy, and they have pledged their support to us. And we know that as we launch this project, we are going to have the physical space so that people will see that, you know what, not only is Women of Substance doing awareness programs, but there is a physical space, so more is happening. Actually, you know, persons are going to recognize the impact that is being created Hence, the reason why, they will be more than happy to donate. And we, of course, are looking at other areas of generating income to sustain this project.
Excellent, Tonika. And at this point, we head far east. Good morning, Rian Moore.
Good morning, Julian, and good morning to Tobago. Thanks for having me.
All right. So this morning, as we continue the conversation, congratulations to the Charlottesville Police Youth Club. I want you to tell us a little bit about your project submission.
Okay, so the Charlottesville Police Youth Club has been in existence the last 8 years, and we have been utilizing the Charlottesville Branch Library Auditorium to undertake all our projects and activities. However, we have always seen the need for us to acquire our own space, a space that speaks particularly to youth enhancement while simultaneously still offering services to the wider community. So we earmarked this building. This building has been unoccupied for quite a long time, and we saw it as a very feasible area to transform into a youth-friendly space. This building is located at Post Office Street, adjacent to the police station, and it was the former magistrate's court and post office. So the proposed name for this building is the Charlottesville Police Youth Club Skills Center. And at this center, we are hoping to have a multifaceted approach. And when I say multifaceted, I mean that although we are targeting young people, we also want to be purposeful to the community. So we will have an internet cafe, and the internet cafe will be for public use and also for the children. We will have internet access. There are a lot of children who have devices, but they do not have internet access at home. So they can come to the center daily and log on so that they can participate in online school. We will also have printing services available to the public and the children. They can come and print their school assignments and anything school related at the center. We are hoping to also offer counseling services. In the COVID-19 pandemic, we observed that the children's, their emotional well-being has been affected. So we are hoping to have counseling services. In addition, we are having an entrepreneurship hub. This is a space allocated for youth entrepreneurs in the community. Many of them are certified in the field of hairdressing, barbering, cosmetology, and they do not have a physical space to operate to actually perfect their craft. So this space will actually build their clientele and utilize their talent. So that space is allocated for you and the community. We will also have a canteen. There are a lot of people who are skilled in the culinary arts, who are good with their hands. And we are also going to use that canteen space to market those goods that the young people have. We are also looking at, there's a conference room and an auditorium area where other groups in the community can actually access, and also persons in the public space who may want to have a birthday party, a christening, any small activity, you could host it at the youth center. So this center is definitely going to have a multifaceted approach. Although we are targeting young people, we are also trying to be purposeful and target the wider community.
I suspect I'm seeing a sense of joy on Collis's face, because Roxborough has led the way with these things for the police youth club, and he's probably so happy that next in line is Charlottesville, right next to him, so he could say it's all in the east.
Definitely.
Cindy, just before we wrap this morning's interview, I want you to give us a sense of the dollar value in terms of the prizes to the 4 who would have been shortlisted from Tobago.
Okay, so initially, as I said, it was one grant at $150,000. We allowed the 4 shortlisted groups to present to our board of directors, and they were really, really impressed. And so we found an additional $200,000. So we awarded Charlottesville Police Youth Club with the $150,000 TT dollars to do their project. Roxborough Police Youth Club, as well as Women of Substance, we gave them $100,000 each. And then yesterday at our board meeting, we found another $100,000. And so the 4th group that we could not support 2 weeks ago, we will now be issuing them with $100,000. And that's the Pembroke Zonal Stars. They're a branch of the TTARP, and they are building a space for senior citizens in the community. So that is 1, 2, 3, for $450,000 just for Tobago and social impact projects.
Folks, Collis, Onika, Ryan, and the fourth organization from Pembroke. Can I have them back up on screen? This is the point where we give a round of applause and certainly look forward to the next 450,000 from the Digicel Foundation. Thank you very much, Cindy. We want to thank all of you for joining us here in this segment. Cindy Ann Currency, Operations Manager at the Digicel Foundation, Rian Moore, Charlottesville Police Youth Club, Collis Hazel, Roxborough Police Youth Club, and Onika Maz of Woman of Substance. Really making us proud, and I know without a shadow of a doubt, by the next time Cindy returns here. In fact, throughout the national media, Cindy will continue to speak to the projects being executed here in Tobago as making a distinct difference and standing out. Not that Trinidad won't be doing similar, but it will drive her in such a direction. Cindy, so thank you so much for joining us here on set this morning. Thanks, viewers, we go straight into the good stuff here this morning on the Tobago Updates morning show. This morning, we are introducing Christophe Alain, a recent graduate of USC with a Bachelor of Science degree in biology and currently unemployed. However, this is not holding him back. He is humble and has an entrepreneurial streak, has won MVP at the THA Yes program in 2020. He has also established his own tie-dye and print business with a healthy following under the banner nonchalant_868, t-shirts, hats, hoodies, and even masks. Youth entrepreneur. He can be contacted at 293-0794. That's 293-0794 or 685-5382. That's 685-5382. And this congratulation and good stuff comes to us, Christophe, courtesy your mom, Denise Wright. All right, so we want to say congratulations to Christophe this morning in the good stuff with us here on the Tobago Updates morning show. Viewers, we want to thank all of you joining us via Guile the channel, M&E TV, Smash Radio, those joining us online at tobagoupdates.com. Also, those of you joining us via Tobago Updates on YouTube, and those of you online with us via Facebook, we want to remind you to continue to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Good
morning, good morning, put a smile on your
drop down there with a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
John Boy, I got a call and they're asking me to talk to the nation, talk to people and tell them about getting vaccinated.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I should or if it's the right thing for me to tell someone to get vaccinated.
Yeah, but you just came out from Tobago.
Yeah, and 3 of my friends passed. And that's when I realized, I really need to say something.
Similarly here, I have an insulin-dependent son, and so I had to get all my kids vaccinated. I didn't have a choice.
I made the choice because of my parents. But the question is, what or who do you love more than yourself for you to make the choice to protect yourself or protect them from you? Trouble again!
Trinidad and Tobago, let's stop the spread of COVID-19. Vaccinate today.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back. 7:38 a.m. Welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show. Ria, we got a little sad news to make sure and send out our condolences this morning.
Definitely. So condolences going out this morning to the Daniel family of Lambo, Tobago. Dedan Daniel and Tafiwa Daniel and the rest of the family lost their father yesterday. So we take the opportunity this morning to send condolences out to them, and that is Lennox Daniel of Lambo, otherwise known as Tana. All right. I knew this gentleman for many, many years. As Tafiwa and I were in the same class from Scarborough into Compre back in those days. Yes. So, and of course we know Didan. Didan is always on the Tobago Updates Live and sometimes visits with us here on the program. So, God's peace upon you guys at this time.
I also want to take the opportunity, as we switch from condolences, to also send out birthday greetings this morning to Tia Toppin. Tia Toppin is out of Scarborough Secondary School, Scarborough Sec alumni. Tia is like a little sister to me. Mommy and Tia were pretty close. Good morning, Tia. I want to wish you a happy birthday, Tia Toppin, this morning. Also sending out birthday greetings to my Milner colleague. We're at university together, Joan Joseph. Happy birthday to you this morning, Joan. Happy birthday. Coming from the Tobago Updates family. And I cannot forget...
My Joan.
Yes, your Joan.
My Joan.
Your
happy
Joan.
Birthday, Joan.
So wishing Joan a happy birthday this morning, as well as I want to send birthday shout-outs to Latoya Thomas. And we trust that you have an enjoyable birthday celebrations. Happy birthday, Latoya, coming from the Tobago Updates family.
Let me just throw in here, my Joan, happy birthday, my Joan Joseph, and to Latoya, tempo love to you, Latoya, tempo love to you.
I don't know, Latoya is just exceptional. She continues to defy age, looking the same way over the years. Splendid. All right, but as we continue into the next segment here this morning, you see our viewers just get us in trouble. But as we continue into the next segment here this morning, we are chatting with Alan Ferguson, president of the Trinidad and Tobago Scrap Iron Dealers Association. Mr. Alan Ferguson, good morning.
Good morning to you and your viewers.
Good morning.
All right.
It's a pleasure to join with you all this morning.
All right. We're happy to have you on the Tobago Updates morning show. So this morning we're discussing the regularization of within the industry. So tell us a little bit, for those who are not as familiar, in terms of what does that mean, looking at the regularization for the scrap iron industry.
Well, to give the viewers a good understanding about this industry, we had go over to the Ministry of Trade in 2011 because we recognized that our industry need a more input from the Ministry of Trade to what we do as an organization. Now, we had been operating under since 1962 laws, and we know that the laws that we operate is old laws. So we know as an organization we need to make some changes. So we had asked them to put all the stakeholders together, which they did. And since 2011 we waiting, because we had about 1,000 meetings with different stakeholders in our industry. Now, our industry is an industry that all over the world, they take it serious. But in Trinidad, they don't take us serious as an industry. I just want to just interject by letting you know, we as an organization, we travel all over the world in recycling conference. And you know, when we go, we are being treated like people who know the recycling industry very good. And because of that, in 2019, we went to Singapore, and they want us to be the leader in this region here. They had done vote us to be the leader, but in 2020, they're supposed to install us. And when the virus came, it had no conference, nowhere a part of the world for us to be installed. But talking about it, our industry, to regularize this industry, to put things in place, because the bank don't recognize us. One of the things, a lot of steps taking place, and because anybody now could just come off the road and come into this industry, meaning that they could just take up their van and just go and start to pick up scrap all over, and you don't know who is who. And sometimes people take the opportunity to go and steal stuff and take things and come into our yards with it. And sometimes we and all get in trouble because sometimes you can't identify what is stolen or what is paid for. So we as an organization, we just ask the Ministry of Trade and the stakeholders that van men must be licensed, just how the scrapyard have to be licensed as any other organization have to have license. So license is very important because you will have to identify yourself as so and so on. But how it is now, nobody identified themselves as nothing. So a lot of theft is taking place, and we as an organization, they will blame us. So we is trying to push the Attorney General to go to the Parliament, because everything is on his desk. Because the Ministry of Trade have done put everything together, and because we was in a lot of meeting with them, and we put everything together, and it is on his desk now to go to the Parliament to amend the Act, the Scrap Iron Act, to make sure that we is a recognized body in Trinidad and Tobago. And I think that is one of the major problems with us as an organization.
Okay, well, Mr. Ferguson, we were really happy to have you on the program this morning. So thank you so much for joining us. As it relates to scrap iron, I mean, who knew that there was so much money in scrap iron dealing? But according to our information, the association tendered for a project, yes, that was not accepted. In fact, you later on applied to the Freedom of Information Act to see who may have won some of these bids, and finding out later on that one person or one association got 18 out of the 38 contracts.
The lots, yes? Lots is
okay,
like,
got 18 out of the 38 lots. Give us an idea of what that meant for you.
Well, we as an organization, we know when Petrotrain closes down, we will have to put something in place to make sure that we organizations stay put. Because if you know, Petrotrain used to give us more than 75% of the material we send out to Trinidad and Tobago. And for your viewers to know that we as an organization push out the most containers out of Port of Spain port and Port of Spain and Point Lisas. There is no organization push out more containers than us out of these two ports. So we know that if we used to push all these things and we used to get material from Petrotrain, when Petrotrain closes down, we will feel it as an organization. So we had gone and put things in place and approached the chairman of Petrotrain to let us purchase the scrap from the government, and we will pay them US dollars, because we get paid in US dollars. So we have approached them to give us the material. When the chairman see our proposal, because trying to run it down in a little fast, because no time is important in media. So when we go to Petrotrain and we talk to the chairman, plus to our proposal, he agreed that this proposal that they have is very good. And he gave us a letter endorsing it, and then he sent us to the Ministry of Trade to take our proposal to the cabinet. We had had a meeting with the minister, the permanent secretary, and all the necessary people in the Ministry of Trade. Every single one agreed to our proposal and tell us to make sure that we get everything right before we had the final meeting. So we had gone and hired a lot of people, lawyers, this one and this one, because in our industry we don't have all these skilled persons to do all these kind of documents and make sure we purchase this equipment and purchase this equipment. We had traveled all over to make sure we had the right equipment. We had paid on equipment from all over. So when we had finally put the proposal together, we had seen that the material going up for bidding. It was shocking and it was dangerous for us. We had asked our lawyer that if we could put an injunction into what they had done, and based on the bidding documents, if we had do that, we were not able to bid. So we had to take this chance to go out and bid and forget going to court. And we had signed up to bid. I had gone down to visit the 38 sites that they had. And all I could see when I reached down there, 99% of the big contractors in Trinidad who do scrap business was there. So the next day,
Mr. Ferguson, we're almost out of time. Could you give us a sense of what's the projected way forward, given the situation as it is now, where, according to your organization, you may not have been fairly treated in the circumstance?
All right. What I could say, right? The person who win the most bid is just a company that register just a month before the bid start. So we know that something went wrong. And that person who win, they pay 600, 700, 800, and we pay 1400. We bid 1400, which is 200 US dollars. So we want to know this thing is not about experience, because if you look at experience and knowledge in the industry, we have the most. They cannot touch us with experience because there's contractors doing other things. So what I'm saying is that we know, and then after the meeting, we have a news conference. If the government don't respond, we give them 14 days, which is 2 weeks, which will end next week. And then the following week, we will probably have a news conference announcing what we're going to do to able to get justice for this act of brutal rape of our industry. Because our industry is one of the industry that most poor people come off the road, and the only place they could come to get help is our industry, that they could go and get something for the family. Because we see about majority of the poor people in Trinidad and Tobago, because this is the only industry you could come out from jail and we could just take a look at you and try to help you and assist you and pull you back in society as a person who want to learn how to stay away from crime. And this is what they do with us. They take what we just get all the time and take it and give it to people who are rich and leave all the poor people. And we have most of the knowledge. And we had bring in a big investor to make sure that we could pay for this material. All these things was done to make sure that we get this material. So we will not give up based on what we're going to do, because we know that what went on, because we is in the industry, we know who pay what and who ain't pay this and what they did. So because of all of that, we will make a serious call for certain things in about 2 weeks if we do not get a response from the government. Now, we is not blaming personally the government, because it's just a few individuals that this act to us, just operating as public servant. So we know what we have to do.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Alan Ferguson, there, President of the Trinidad and Tobago Scrap Iron Dealers Association. And we certainly look forward to hearing, how this matter goes in terms of moving forward. Ria, we are going through the length and the breadth of the show this morning, and I really, just before we head over to Devon Adana, I have to make that call again to Tobago for our brother, my brother, Kenton. We are connected through the university area, Milner Hall, Freedom Hall, both past hall chairs, proud Tobagonians that stood and led there at the University of the West Indies at different times. And I really want to encourage persons as much as possible to please make that extra effort. And for those of you who are wondering how you can do it, as guided by the Secretary for Health, please feel free to contact if you have any concerns, 660-4744, that's 660-4744, extension 3098 or extension 3099, and you can simply just go to the Scarborough General Hospital at Signal Hill and indicate to them that you want to make a blood donation. So we're really encouraging folks for you to make that effort. Kenton John needs us at this time, and we want to see persons going out there to help. That's how we operate in Tobago, that's how we operate Trinidad and Tobago, the region, the world at large. Let's try to make a difference and help each other this morning. Ria, we're going straight into...
That's right.
heading straight into this day in Tobago history. Devon Adana.
This day in Tobago history. Did you know that on February 3rd, 1934, the Tobago Times reported that Tobago was preparing to entertain pleasure-seeking visitors and distinguished guests? According to the Scarborough-based newspaper, 88 years ago today and tomorrow, Tobago welcomed 2 vessels into the harbor. First was a 250-ton yacht called the Malena, which was captained by George Moffett. Malena arrived around 7:30 a.m. with a crew of 25 and 4 pleasure-seeking passengers. The second vessel was the RMS Orontes, which arrived at 8 a.m. over 8 decades ago tomorrow, captained by F.R. O'Sullivan. The Malena's guests were first greeted by a temporary information bureau, which was run by Mr. and Mrs. Appleton. Additionally, Mr. Marlin Smith and his committee transformed the steamer's depot at the harbor into a tropical garden for the visitors' pleasure. The Orontes visitors were entertained to tea at the Botanics Gardens. They also spent considerable time inspecting Tobago's lime factory, and samples of refreshers made from the factory's products were had by all. The guests were entertained by then Warden Magistrate Henry Meaden, who was Tobago's most senior official at the time. Among the guests was Sir Edward Davison, a British Guyana-born plantation owner who, according to Wikipedia, was a British businessman influential in colonial economics. Among his many roles was chairman of the British Empire Producers Organization and president of the Federation of Chambers of Commerce. He had a particularly keen interest in the lime factory, which was spearheaded by the Tobago Lime Growers Cooperative Association Limited. On this day, he was accompanied by his wife, Lady Davison. Also present were Brigadier General J.T. Wigan and Colonel H. Phillips, who were very senior officers in the British Army. All the guests expressed themselves as being genuinely in love with Tobago and promised to come back the next year. This has been This Day in Tobago History. My name is Devon Adana. Lots more after the break, so make sure to come back and share the live, share the live, share the live.
I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards.
Come to Tobago Update Sports. I'm your boy Marcus Daniel. Thank you.
Trinidad and looms as
remains. When
the public is
nobody lives here. Oil and gas exploration continues to affect the livelihood.
Spearsides, marine
in Tobago fishermen.
When will the Roxborough Hospital be fully functional?
Of the 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. window
Still
at the
treasures
like the golden waterfall to rise in Tobago.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Good morning, good morning. Put Put a smile on your Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Good morning. Viewers, welcome back to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. And we are honored this morning to have one of our viewers who has been with us for some months now, who checks us out on the live, yes, almost every morning from the U.S., but she is home in Tobago today and for a few days, and she's decided to visit with us. We're happy to have with us this morning Joan Phillips-Pear. She's here. Good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Tobago.
And those of you viewing from Virginia, Queens, Delaware, wherever you're viewing from this morning, yes, she's at home. It's good to have you with us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, I need to let our viewers know, you know, while you are happy to be at home, you're also here for another reason.
Yes.
And you're here to talk about your book launch. And just to give our viewers a little background story here, a few years ago, could have been what, now 15, about 15 years ago now?
When my daughter was diagnosed with cancer,
yes.
She was diagnosed in 2005.
2005?
Yes.
Okay, so that's just about, yeah. You would have lost your daughter a few years ago. She was diagnosed in 2005, but she survived for about 10 years.
10 years.
You said. Now, I want you to give our viewers maybe in a quick nutshell here, and I know asking for that is a lot because a lot would have happened, but you know, in terms of her journey, give us some, I don't want to say the highlights, but the important details of her journey.
Right. It started where she was having abnormal pap smear. And the doctor told her come in every 3 months, you know, to check.
How old was she at this
she
time?
was 22 years old.
Right.
And she kind of slipped on the side. And finally, one morning she was standing close to me and I have this odor. I said, what is that? And as she wrote in her journal, she wrote about it too.
Yeah. And we have a copy of it here.
We have a copy and her pictures on the front. Yeah, so she said, I already made an appointment to see the doctor. And when she went to the doctor, our doctor is from Tobago, Dr. Ferrier. And she said, Ayuna, this is cancer. I'm calling your mother because you are too laid back with this. And she said, I don't care if you sue me or not. So she did call me, and we started right away with treatment. So it started with the brachytherapy, where like about 33 needles were inserted in her cervix, and I call it like a torpedo, and there was a blast off for radiation.
Right.
And when that happened, what the doctor in California, it was done in California, whatever they said could happen, did happen. So it went downhill from there on. She had fistula. The fistula is like an opening that was caused from the radiation. And then from there, she ended up with a colostomy bag. She ended up, I mean, everything went wrong there.
Right.
So, but still she fought with it, and she ended up living for 10 years after that with all this treatment.
And all of this happened in Trinidad?
No, in the States.
In the States?
Yeah, because she was born in the United States, but she spent a lot of time in Tobago.
Okay.
Yeah. So my give here to all the young people, you're not the untouchable. You need to have your annual pap smear.
And the thing is, she was 22.
And she was 22. See how beautiful she was?
Definitely.
And so you are not too young to die.
From cervical cancer?
From cervical cancer.
Now, as far as I know, isn't 22 pretty young to be diagnosed with?
No, it's not too young, because I'm a nurse in a hospital in the States, and I've seen people under 22 with cervical cancer. It's all about an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure.
Yeah.
You have to go to get your pap smear done, and that will lead you to your early treatment. She was asked to do like a hysterectomy, and because of her age, she thought, well, that was the end of the world, and she laid back on that, and she did not do the hysterectomy.
Do you think that if she had done that hysterectomy,
we would have caught it?
Yeah.
Because it was in a position, it was like a stage 2 and it could have been captured.
Right.
But she did not.
Okay. And the truth behind this is the fear.
She feared because she didn't have any kids. And she thought, well, with her treatment, holistic treatment, as she will call it, would have helped to, for the cancer to go away, but it did not, because that is a foreign body. And the doctor said, you could go with your holistic treatment, but you should remove the cancer and continue your treatment. And that is what she did, she was laid back on that. And because that is a reproductive area, it started spreading rapidly.
All right. Tell us about your book launch, and this is Iona's.
Iona's. Okay, so she wrote this article. She kept up with the her treatment, so she wrote the article. The majority of the information there, that is what she wrote, and I concluded it when she died.
Okay.
Yes.
And let me just read a little part here. She says, my cervical cancer story, part 2, Trinbagonian by blood, roots, and heritage. She seemed very proud of where she came from. You know?
Yes, ma'am.
I think this should be shared, definitely needs to be shared with Tobagonians, with our people, not just the older folks, but particularly the younger ones.
She did what, I mean, the week when she died, I was in Tobago with the Caribbean medical providers practicing abroad, Dr. Antoine. We had a conference, and she was supposed to be on that conference to talk about her cancer story, but she couldn't make it, and that's the same weekend she died.
But her sister was with her, yes?
Georgette. Georgette was with her when she died.
And I mean, and Georgette she's in the studio with us. She's not mic'd up, but from what I mean, what did she share with you as it pertains to her sister's final?
I think it was very painful for her, but we haven't even spoken a lot. To be honest with you, we have not even spoken a lot about it because it was very dramatic for her. My girlfriend, Pearl Bernard, she was with her at her bedside. She was a retired nurse, and Pearl said she's glad I was not there because it was so painful. But,
I would imagine.
You know, but it's death. What can we say?
Yeah, I maybe one day Georgette will be, a little bit braver to chat with us on how she felt. But in terms of the book launch, tell us, what's happening with that.
Okay, well, I haven't really, as I told you guys, I have not made a copy of, like a hard copy or anything of it yet. But it's just that I like to talk about it because this is what I wanted to do.
It's coming.
And then it's coming. Yes. Because that was her passion. She wanted to talk about her journey. And especially to the Tobago people. She always mentioned her Tobago people.
Yeah. Her Tobago people.
Yes.
All right, so this is Iona's story. And I tell you viewers, I have here a copy of it. I am definitely going to read it, and I promise you, Tobago, I will let you know. I will let you know because I believe in early detection being the best protection. You are never too young to die from any type of cancer. It is no respect of persons. It can be. It's no respect of race, no respect of gender. It's just one of those really nasty things out there.
Again, it was difficult for me also because being a nurse,
you felt helpless.
I felt helpless. I mean, I wish I could have done more. And then she was giving me the pushback saying, you conventional people, because she was very, very, I mean, Miss Rhea, she has never even relaxed her hair. Her hair was natural. She had virgin hair. So that's how conscious she was.
Yeah. So she believed in the holistic.
Yes.
And I'm saying here, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing is wrong with that.
All right, but it
you have to balance it off.
Yes.
You have to balance it off.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
So what would be your closing message to not just Tobagonians, but all of our viewers out there?
Okay, I would say from a medical standpoint, I believe in early detection, as you said. So please, everyone, go and get tested, annual testing. If the doctor tells you that you are supposed to come in every 2 months, every 3 months, follow your doctor's orders. And you will live a little longer.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. And I'll tell you something. Everything they told me to drink, I drank. Everything they told me to eat, I ate. Okay?
That's
and then some. I'll just leave it there. And then some. Everything in moderation.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you very much. And thank you guys for having me.
Definitely. This is our Tobago Updates viewer all the way from Virginia. All right.
Thank you guys very much.
A pleasure. Well, viewers, we say share the live, share the live. Lots more coming up. Share the live, share the live, share the live.
Good thing is GB day boy.
Promoter! Right now they call him a lasso free. What you have for me?
Where you feel boy? I'm looking for March 5th.
What you mean? Well, I'm looking great because you realize I done fax up already. I'm fully. And on top of fully, I boost up. An extra coat.
Don't forget me, you know.
Well, first Saturday in March, yeah. Right. I'm going to make about 9 blazers because I don't know you have plenty show for me.
Niceness.
You see the show them started coming already. Good thing I've asked up because you can't pass go without that joke. Somebody say yeah. Give me back that tune because here quality inside that doing studio.
Vaccinate today, live tomorrow.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. This is our final segment here this morning. We got to do some quick shout-outs to persons joining us on the live. I see Simone Charles with us on the live this morning. Yes, I see Simone Charles with us on the live this morning. Kuki Melville, Daniel Hodge, Sharon Mills, June Hercules also with us on the live. Nicole Dookie. Ria, we got some new persons joining us on. Hey, I see Sean Roberts, Ria. And Sean is involved, in terms of the recycling project. And so I want to say morning shout outs to you, Sean Roberts, this morning, joining us on the live. Ria, who else are we seeing on the lineup there this morning?
I'm not seeing the live.
Lyndon Lashley is also trying to give me some trouble on the live here. He's saying morning in Julian voice.
I tell you, it's unique. It is unique. But we've got to leave it there for this morning. But I tell you, it was a beautiful morning with Tobago always. And we've got an interesting show coming up tomorrow, Julian. Yes. We've got things happening on Friday.
We're going outside. We're going outside again just for you, the viewers. Just for you, we're going to be outside tomorrow. Ria, where are we going to be? Are we going to reveal that?
Yes, we need to. So we're going to be down at Pigeon Point tomorrow. We're looking forward to seeing you guys. Julian is going to be in short pants as usual.
I suspect there will be in shorts as well.
You never know. You never know. But I'll tell you, it's not going to be like Candace's. Now, viewers, let me put it out there. When Candace goes on these shoots, you can't expect her to wear long pants. Sometimes she's on a boat having to jump out in water. Come on,
well,
all right?
Ria, the most I would say is Candace may get the approval from her husband. So we will see what Ria's husband approves for tomorrow as we head out.
It won't be like Candace's. So I'm going to leave it there. Tobago. Have a great day. And we'll see you tomorrow. Yes, it's going to be happening tomorrow at Pigeon Point. We're really excited about the show. Lots of great things happening tomorrow. So join us. Maybe you can come down and visit with us. Come on by. All right. So we call it a wrap for today. Have a great day, Tobago, and viewers. Stay safe on the roads. Remember to wear your mask, sanitize, and socially distance. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
A little crazy, intelligently, singing rock back, shit. No sticks, no stones, or any kind of weapon don't belong here. I don't wanna break no bones. I just want a microphone. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Put a smile on your